We were like within an hour of nuclear war last week. An entire genocide is happening. But yes, by all means, let's get all concerned about the Haitian boogeyman coming to get your pets.
It's the joy campaign of Kamala Harris. Yeah.
I'm disgusted by all of it.
Well, if you want to see what really has been going on, and my God, it's pretty rough out there. Israel is desperately trying to get World War III started.
Oh, and now we have sent troops.
We sure have. But according to the fact checkers, Kamala Harris was telling the truth about the fact that we don't have troops all over the world. Yeah, we do. And we have them right here, baby.
For a long time, Israel has used sex to sell Zionism, to convince people that Israel is a hot fantasy being realized by hot people, not a racist settler colony built on the killing, displacement, and erasure of the indigenous Palestinians. This is intentional, and there are 3 reasons why. They involve Israel's invention in the past, cover-up in the present, and survival for the future. And this all started when Zionists first started plotting for the creation of a Jewish homeland in the late 1800s. For centuries in Europe, stereotypes of Jews were that they were weak, pale, and frail, and the Zionist movement came to see it this way too, widely criticizing the weak, old Jew. In 1898, at the Second Zionist Congress in Switzerland, the co-founder of the Congress, Max Nordau, called for a new Judaism, a muscular Judaism, and invented the idea of the new Jew. This Jew would be rugged, muscular, strong, and tanned, and would have the mental and physical strength to realize the goals of Zionism and colonize Palestine. In the early 2000s, surveys in the US were showing that Israel had a big PR problem with men aged 18 to 35 who just saw Israel as a conflict zone and weren't interested. So another rebrand was due, and the solution this time was bikinis. In 2007, the Foreign Ministry and the Ministry of Tourism arranged for a photo spread in Maxim magazine, one of the most popular men's lifestyle magazines at the time. The brains behind this initiative at the Israeli consulate in New York said the models were, quote, a Trojan horse to present Israel as a modern country with nice beaches and pretty women. This video is from the official Israel in New York YouTube channel.
So you should come to Israel. We have a beautiful country, great food, great culture. Come to Israel. Beautiful girls as well. See you at the party.
This strategy, also called bikini diplomacy, has been seen all over since, with Israel constantly selling the image of a liberal, free country.
Okay.
Yet there's no legal gay marriage.
Which also goes to show you why they use this imagery. They're using this imagery because it plays on the liberal privileged class. They love stuff like this because they don't fight in these wars. They never put their lives on the line. They always encourage others to do that. And that's why when they talk about Israel in the context that they talk about it in, they see it as a sort of utopia in the middle of this brown, backwards, part of the world.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there's a hell of a lot of subjugation of women in the Middle East. And you know who leads the pack in that? Saudi Arabia, apparently our ally. They're good people. No, they're our business partner. That's what
they're a client.
They're a client, as Jen would say.
They're a client state.
Indeed.
Where it's always summer, where the days are full of beaches, bikinis, and chiseled bodies, and the nights are spent in an incredible nightlife scene open to anyone and everyone. In the face of this fantasy, Palestinians come off like a backwards, pesky nuisance trying to disrupt this liberal orgy utopia, not like colonized people looking for freedom and dignity. But that was in a time before social media, where only the powerful had access to a platform. Times have changed, and so the sexy offensive has had to adapt. All over TikTok and Instagram, you can find videos of Israeli soldiers posting thirst traps or dancing videos. Some of them act independently, while others are part of a concerted effort putting attractive women in the occupation forces in the public eye. Like the women at Alpha Gun Angels, a gun modeling and social media marketing agency who sell being a colonial foot soldier as a sexy lifestyle.
But listen, I've been in the army, I'm Israeli, I'm tough.
Thirst traps aren't only reserved for women, but for weapons as well. And beyond selling sex, they're selling colonial occupation as fun, relatable, and empowering. They love gay pride content, girl boss content, and jumping on TikTok trends. Of course, the great irony is that none of these liberal values are extended to Palestinians. They live under occupation, regardless of what they identify as. In that, colonialism does not discriminate. When the Palestinian reality started reaching people around the world, the strategy had to change. Whereas the goal before might have been to rebrand and repackage Israel, the goal now is to distract and whitewash. So bikinis were traded in for military uniforms. Fine, military occupation is a part of the reality, but it's not what you think. It's empowering and fun and sexy. Do you really think people this fun, young, and free would have it in them to commit war crimes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, I believe that they're raised and trained to do so
And who would have ever thought
in their psychotic cult.
that warfare would be celebrated?
Well, these are not, these people are animals.
No,
like
war,
these, oh,
yeah.
no, but these are not normal people.
And I'm not even convinced that these women that they're showing on here for tittillating purposes are actually soldiers.
They very well
actually
might be,
fighting.
though. A lot of them could be. Remember, everybody does serve.
Yeah, but do they serve in a combat zone?
No, it doesn't mean that they don't have a weapon, though. And it doesn't
That's
mean
true.
that they're not armed, because even when I was there, and this was in 87, before the first Intifada, all Israeli soldiers, when they're on, like, walking around town or whatever, they're armed. They walk around armed even when they're, like, in a nightclub, when they're out. Like, we were on a dance floor dancing, and there's soldiers, and there's, like, machine guns flying, like swinging in the dancing moves. Like, seriously. So they're always armed.
This is not going to end well.
No.
It's going to end very badly.
Very badly.
And they are still convinced that they're going to be able to skate on this.
Well, they're luring us further and further in. But my I think
Just the video.
the problem is that I think that they're so psychotic. The Israelis, their leadership is so psychotic. They're totally okay sacrificing their own people. Completely okay with it. They don't care, because they know that Hezbollah has the capability and can cause significant damage.
Flatten them.
Yeah, they really can.
Yeah.
And they're working with this whole new kind of technology, which apparently is courtesy of the Turks, which I've said before, and I'll say again, it's all fun and games until they get involved.